What's good? It's Michael Alder here from the Land Flipping Formula, covering some questions that came in all about the land flipping business. And if you have any questions about land investing, land flipping, creating seller finance notes through land investing, drop those down below. I'll create the videos answering your questions for you. So, question came in, and if I pronounce your name wrong, I'm so sorry, but Yoshika had asked, do you use a company to act as the middleman to receive your monthly payments for your owner finance deals, or do I collect the payments myself? Great question, and yes, in short, I do. I will get into the steps on that, but in the beginning, I always tell everybody, don't overthink this. Just get your first deal up and going. I don't care if you have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, whatever. Don't set up anything fancy. Just get the payments coming in and collect them manually. As you get more deals, like 6 or more deals, you're going to want to set up an automated system. I'm going to cover that shortly. But when I first got into the business, I was buying up a lot of properties and I was manually billing everybody through PayPal. Now you may think, well, if I only have 6 deals, I could save some money, manually bill people myself. Life always gets in the way. You forget to bill people, and then you do it 2 weeks later, then they ghost you and deals go into default. It's great if you have a nice automated system in place, and there's lots of them to choose from. So like Mark Podolsky, the Land Geek, I think he has Geek Pay, which would do automatic reoccurring payments for you. So they would use the checkout system, and then his company would automatically grab the payments, take his cut, and then send you the balance. I don't have any experience with his program, so I can't give any feedback on it, but I use Moonclerk, which is owned by Stripe, and that's what the vast majority of land investors use. So when you do an owner finance deal, you'll use the checkout system, and whatever date they check out on, the Moonclerk system will automatically ping their card every 30 days for your payment, all automated. And if for some reason their funds are not available, you just get a notification unsuccessful, and then you know to start the clock. Now, when I say start the clock, that is the time period in default. Most investors will give a 60-day grace period. If you ghost them for 60 days and don't try to work anything out, they take the property back and resell it. Me, I do 90 days. Why? I don't know. I like to be different than everybody else and give everybody a fair shake in the business there. So after 90 days, if you ghost me, we can't work out a plan or anything like that. At that point, we take the property back, relist it, and set up a new reoccurring plan. And another question had came in at the same time for this, and it is, do I use a site like Rocket Lawyer to prepare my deeds? That's a great question there, because that is something that comes up with a lot of newer land investors. So no, I do not use Rocket Lawyer, but I'll actually check into that. It sounds like a great resource. In the beginning, when I first started doing deals, I connected with a wholesaler. He had a huge list of properties, and I was buying one after another after another. So I would buy it, flip it, buy another, flip it, buy another, and flip it. And the deal was, he had to show me how to structure the deed, how to file the deed, and give it to me in a Word doc so I could change all the information every time I did it. So that's how I got my first template, and it works fine for these off-grid type properties. But on your first few deals, always get legal advice. Have an attorney do it for you, just to kind of walk you through the process. And then for my nicer properties, the stuff I do in Florida, I always use a title company for it. And this is going to cost you about $250 to $300 to have them prepare the docs, make sure everything's squeaky clean, and file it for you. Totally worth the investment, and there's much bigger margins on that. So it's worth putting the money into a title company, have them handle it for you. That way you know everything's on the up and up. But the smaller properties, the off-grid type stuff where people are just going to use as bug-out properties, camp out on things like that, many times you could do the deed transfer yourself just when you were in the process, and you're good to go. So that's all I have for these questions here. Once again, if you have any questions about the land investing business, drop those down below. I'll answer your questions in video format on here. Tons of resources in the description down below. And if you need somebody to help you get through your first few deals, you're a little nervous, need a little hand holding, some consulting, go ahead and shoot me a text at 440-567-6040. We could schedule a coaching call, consulting call, and help you get on track to get through your first few deals. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.